I love you too.
I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem, born here, raised here.
They say Harlem don't whisper unless there's truth somewhere buried in the noise. And Dapper Dan, Harlem legend, gatekeeper, griot of the streets, he didn't speak carelessly. When he said he knew Puff's parents, he wasn't name-dropping. He was raising a quiet alarm, one that most folks brushed off. Until now, Dapper Dan saw it all, decades before TMZ cameras and court documents caught up. He didn't spell it out, but the implication was loud. Diddy, aka Sean Combs, didn't become what he is overnight. He was trained, molded, programmed, and according to the streets, the mastermind wasn't some music mogul or A&R rep. It was his own mother, Janice Combs. Now here's where it turns. Janice wasn't just a hard-working single mom, grinding to raise her son. No, the whispers out of Harlem say she was running a modeling agency that doubled as something else entirely. A front, a house of secrets. Allegedly, she operated a network, one filled with ladies of the night, high-class clientele, and invitations-only parties held behind velvet ropes no one dared question. Some say it was more than just parties, that Janice hosted full-blown coded, choreographed rituals of pleasure, control, power, and brought young Puff into that world early.
When she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies of the night, the little wild parties, when she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
Not as a spectator, as a student, and later, as a star pupil. It's uncomfortable, disturbing even, but people have noticed for years that the bond between Diddy and Janice often felt off, touchy, close in a way that made some people shift in their seats. The kisses on the lips, the whispered compliments, the casual mentions of her being single at 80-something years old. It made folks wonder, was this just harmless affection or something deeper, something darker? When the Cassie Hotel video dropped, when the world saw what Diddy was capable of behind closed doors, most were shocked, but not Harlem. Harlem had heard it all before. And right on cue, Janice rushed in to defend her son, called it a public lynching, painted him as a victim. But insiders say she knew, had always known. Here's where the legend starts to choke on its own shadow. Some even claim Janice didn't just expose him to this world, she may have participated in it. Rumors fly about her being at these not watching, not chaperoning, but actively engaging. With guests, bodyguards, insiders, she was allegedly the vibe setter, the scene curator, the Madam of Madness. And young Puff, right there, observing, absorbing. Then comes the twist no one wanted to hear. The one that peels the story down to its bone. What if Janice isn't Diddy's biological mother at all? Whispers from Harlem and insiders like Jaguar Wright suggest a wild theory, that Diddy's real mom died decades ago, and Janice is actually his aunt, filling a role for the public. If true, this would change everything.
The question is, what do you think about the whole Puff Daddy situation that's going on right now?
Okay. I want you to listen to this carefully. I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem, born here, raised here. No matter what happens in the culture, it didn't just start. No matter what happens in the culture, it didn't just start. A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
Especially if Janice, aunt or not, was the one who raised him in the culture of silence, control, and secrecy that now defines his legacy. What adds even more fire to this theory? Diddy's father, Melvin Combs, was allegedly tied to federal agencies. A snitch, an informant. His death was no accident. Say some? He was taken out, and the family went into survival mode, with a young Puff being passed from power broker to power broker, ending up under the wing of Clive Davis, arguably the most powerful music exec of his era. Coincidence? Or continuation of something long planned? And let's not forget the red lights. Multiple witnesses, from industry insiders to survivors, describe Diddy's parties as bathed in crimson glow. Red, the color of secrecy, lust, danger. Where did he learn that? From Janice, allegedly. They say she was the first to show him how to control a room with mood and manipulation. Today, as court cases pile up and victims speak out, Diddy faces a reckoning. But in the shadows, some are asking, is he the architect of this empire of secrets, or just its heir? Because when Dapper Dan said, "I knew his parents," he wasn't just reminiscing. He was issuing a warning, one we ignored, until now.